Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the show. We're so glad you could be here today with me, Lori Davis, your realtor for life. I work with Dale Sorensen Real Estate. They're the sponsor of our show. I've been there for 17 years, and I can't imagine working for anybody else. I always say at the beginning of the show, you know, selling real estate is not about condos or homes. It's about lifestyle. And this show is a little bit about lifestyle, what's going on around town and what's kind of new and what's happening. So we're so glad you're here to share that with us. It is July, and if you're living here now, it's so hot. It's just, Cindy, it's just like Africa hot out there, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, you know what? The thing that I always say about it, I'm always going to press the button, put myself on camera.
Yeah.
There's always a breeze, though.
There is.
So I just want to say
there
that.
Is.
I mean, I've lived in places where, you know, Florida's so hot in the summer. I'm like, these places were 10 times worse than Florida in the summer. Ever thought of being, because there's no breeze. There's no beach breeze.
I agree. I lived in Atlanta, and I was but that was the hottest place I've ever. Or Washington, D.C. Somebody asked me if I wanted to go in July, and I was like, no. It's quite possibly the hottest place on earth in July.
Worse than Death Valley.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, one of the things that people like to talk about, I just wanted to mention, is the heat index, okay? So you're going to look at your phone and it says, oh, it's 92 degrees, but it feels like 101, okay? So the heat index, everybody's like, what is that? So it is the temperature that it feels like to the human body when relative humidity is combined with the air temperature. So it's humidity and temperature that make it. And that's when it gets dangerous, though. When those two get high, when the temperature is 92 and humidity, generally speaking, I'm always amazed. It's right around in the 70s, but that's hot. That's humid enough to make it oppressive. So a couple things you might feel when you've been outside too long is heat exhaustion, heavy sweating. Now, you're supposed to sweat a little bit. That's evaporation. That's what cools you down. But cold skin, you start feeling chills even though it's hot out. That's not good. And a low pulse. You got to be careful. Well, you got to be careful out there. If you start feeling a little funky, get in the shade, get in the air conditioning, get some water. Exercise can cause heat cramps. You got to start working out early in the morning. If you're going to have to do it outside, you're going to have to be up probably before the sun, because by about 8 o'clock, it's already in the high 80s, and we don't want to see anybody getting hurt out there. It causes muscle pain and spasms. And heat stroke is the worst. And I always tell people, think about like amusement parks where you just see people there and all of a sudden they just fall out. Yeah. That is the worst one. They're literally, your body temperature just gets too hot and your brain just kind of shuts it down. It's a mechanism to keep you alive, right? But it's no fun when it's happening. Mm-hmm. So stay hydrated, wear light clothes, and breathable shoes. So that's, you know, you think your sneakers are good, but if you can get some that are a little more breathable. Stay inside if you have to work out or do it early. And by the time you're thirsty, it's too late. You got to drink the whole time. Our guest's husband works outside, and I'm sure they can tell you how much this man drinks a day. You just have to continue to consume even when you feel like I'm not even thirsty. You just got to keep drinking. So be cool, make good choices. What's shaking around town? Indian River boat cruise with FAU in Harbor Branch. So think about it. If you don't own a boat, you want to go take a boat ride, you can go down to Fort Pierce. It's at 5600 US 1, just around the bend on US 1 on the left-hand side, because, of course, it's on the river side of the road. And they take off at 10:30 and 1. It's about an hour and a half long. The 10:31 is going to be a little cooler than the 1 o'clock. But if you're moving and you're in the shade on the boat, it could be nice. So go check that out. The thing that I just found today, which I'm so excited, I was just kind of clicking around looking for fun stuff, was the 3rd annual Rock and Rosé Beach Party. So excited. Sip rosé on the beach. So at Heaton's, which is the Kimpton Hotel, it's called Vero Beach, Vero Beach Hotel and Club. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And spa.
And spa. Yeah. Yes, they have a great spa. And so enjoy a beach barbecue and play some games and hang out while you enjoy live music. So there's live music, there's games, you got rosé. It costs $45 in advance. It includes your first rosé, or $55 at the door. But you bring your own chairs. You're hanging out on the beach. It's a great spot. So if you have to use the facilities, they're right there. I love the thought of this thing. I Rock and Rosé, I might be there on Saturday. So if you want to see Lori Davis, go down to the Rock and Rosé. I never heard of it before, and it's a 3rd annual. Maybe I'm gone in July. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? And then, of course, we've got the Vero Beach Farmers Market. So super. And I wanted to mention something I was looking at today. It's pet friendly. I always forget to say that. A lot of people like to walk their dogs with them, take their dogs down there. And most of the time, I see most dogs getting along fairly well. Would your dog do well in the farmers market, Cindy?
Yeah.
My dog wouldn't have either.
My dog's afraid of every dog except for 1 or 2 that he hates.
Yeah.
So it's bizarre.
Yeah.
So he's either running away or he's like, I don't like that one.
I know. It's so funny. And I mean, these people that just boldly go and take their dogs in there are like,
well,
oh
they're
my
better
God.
trained than mine is.
I know. Well, today, Citrus Grill House always brings us a cocktail. We're so excited. They sponsor us with a cocktail every day. This is amazing. This is a peach margarita, courtesy of Alex, who makes all of our cocktails over there. I said something refreshing. It's hot. It's peaches. It's tequila and lime juice, and it is absolutely. I mean, these are, you can't see it, but it's like crushed up peaches. It's peach season. Go have the peach burrata salad. Anything peach at Citrus right now has the most amazing peaches. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good. I've got one for Cindy when she's done working. She can't have it now.
I can't have it now. Too many buttons. The watermelon one he made a couple of weeks ago was phenomenal.
The watermelon martini was really good. Yeah. Anyway, go to Citrus Grill House. They're located at 1050 Easter Lily Lane, right there on the ocean next to Humiston Park. It's amazing. They're open Mondays to Saturdays. They do lunch. They do dinner. You can sit outside. It's hot, but they've still got fans going. The food is amazing. If it's not fresh, they're not serving it. It's a fabulous place to go. Tell them Lori Davis sent you if you go on in. Not sure it'll do anything, but you can always try. They'll say, oh, I think I know her. She's
the one that keeps saying blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, she's the one that keeps showing up like gum on my shoe, right? Yeah. Anyway, we have a guest today who is a wonderful woman. She is a loan originator at a company called Cardinal Financial. She's a mother of 3. She is a wife. She's very active in the community. She started her career in the mortgage industry in 2013, so she's been around the block a few times. Love that. Over 12 years of experience. Abby believes that personalization and communication are the keys to building lasting relationships. Amen.
Absolutely.
And borrowers and business associates alike, they welcome Abby Bass to the show.
Thank you very
Hi,
much.
Abby. Welcome. Let's cheers.
Yes.
Abby's got one of these cocktails too.
Cheers, and it is delicious.
It is delish. Oh my gosh. So good. Big chunks of peaches. Really nice. Okay. One of the more exciting things that happened recently with your company is you guys moved to Cardinal Drive. So Cardinal Financial is on Cardinal Drive.
Yep.
Tell us about
Cardinal
that.
on Cardinal.
That's it.
Our official address on Cardinal Drive is 3096 Cardinal Drive, Suite 1A. Really great location. Lots of cute restaurants.
Yes.
A lot of our friends and companies around there. So we're really enjoying it. Great space setup. We welcome all of our customers, our realtor friends. Come by and visit us. We're there every single day.
No, is that where the Haute Dry is?
Yes.
Haute Dry Hair Salon.
Right next door.
You're next door. So you're on the first floor.
Yep.
Okay, good. Because I used to have an office upstairs.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's a great location. So it's on Cardinal Drive, which runs parallel to Ocean Drive, and it's between Camellia and Dahlia. Okay, so if you're on the corner of Camellia and Cardinal, that's where their office is. So don't forget it. I'm like a map in my head. I love this stuff. Now, there's lots of loans out there, conventional, VA, FHA. But you guys do some things that are more custom for people, and they call that, I think, a portfolio loan?
A portfolio loan, specifically our Veris loans.
Okay.
So those are what we're calling in-house, customizable, more lenient, and able to be tailored to that special person that needs a loan, but they don't fit in the traditional box.
Right. Now, a portfolio, does that mean, because I always understood that a portfolio loan meant you're actually lending.
Correct.
You're keeping that loan here, because regular banks, a lot of times, and many of you have gotten loans, bought a house, and before you can even make your first payment, there's another book from another bank.
From somebody else.
They've already sold your loan. So you guys will keep them in-house.
Yes.
And that allows you to take on buyers, clients that don't fit in that normal schedule.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And we can still offer them the same great service from loan application to closing, and then we have the servicing in-house where they can retain that relationship with us, where we can help them, but they've gotten into a home where other places may have said no because they had a different scenario.
Is it a different mortgage rate?
Sometimes, yes, but
Okay.
very, very competitive. Nowhere near a situation where you would say that's not worth it.
Right.
It's something that would make sense.
Yeah. So, and that's always there's special situations. So, well, one of the situations that might happen is, what is a self-employed person to do to get a mortgage when they don't have a W-2? Like I am. I'm self-employed.
Yep. So traditionally in the box, we would ask you for a W-2 or a copy of your tax returns, and we're going to use those numbers to calculate your income. We could now, on the other end, offer you a different scenario where we look at your bank statements.
Okay.
So we could derive your income from your bank statements only. No tax returns, no communicating with your accountant, no W-2s needed. We also have options where if you get a 1099, maybe you're self-employed, we can get your 1099s and just use 2 years 1099s, add them together, divide by 2, and there's your income.
So I guess my question is, why don't banks do this? Are they just not
It can be a lot more risk for them on their end, but yes, for the most part, they're just not flexible, or they don't have the capital or the means. Cardinal Financial is a huge company, so nationwide, and they have a lot of capital. The higher ups that have built this company have really made it available for us as loan originators to offer these products to our clientele.
Yeah. So
Sets us apart.
So Capital Financial is almost like its own bank.
Correct.
Because sometimes I think I remember in my business, like a mortgage broker goes to other places and finds a bank that will lend to you based on the criteria that you deposited. But you're always doing Capital Financial. Okay.
And that's one thing that really makes us special is we can do an in-the-box client all day, every day.
Sure.
We can also do these Veris portfolio products where we have a special scenario, and then we can also broker out.
Right.
So that's
So you
another
can do
option that we have. Yep.
Right.
If we have a jumbo loan, a special renovation loan, anything, an investor loan that needs to be brokered out, that would just make more financial sense. We can do the actual loan process here locally, but through the means of another bank. So we have those 3 options that really make us special, but we're still here Cardinal on Cardinal.
Right. Now, tell us about, you're a basic loan. What do they call the fund? The basic loan goes up to how much money now? Because I know that keeps inching up. Before you get to a jumbo. Jumbo starts at?
8 something.
800? Okay.
Yeah, don't quote me on that.
Okay. Yeah. So
it changes often. So.
Yeah, it does, right? That scale keeps sliding back and forth. So, so we have another situation that we always talk about, and we run into this. That's why I bring in mortgage, because in real estate there's a lot of financing, and there's a lot of people who finance it don't necessarily need it. They're just going to use your money instead of their own money, which is logical. And we get into situations with doctors and lawyers and people who've had very successful business careers, moved to Vero, retired.
Correct.
They have no active income. What do we do with them?
We have some special, I don't like to call them no doc, but no income, no doc loans.
Right.
So you would have a substantial down payment. Maybe you've got a decent credit history, and we could fit you into a loan just purely based on that. One of my favorite loans it's called the DSCR, Debt Service Coverage Ratio.
Okay.
We use it for a lot of investors. If your potential rental amount is more than your mortgage payment, that's it.
That's all it takes.
That's it. There's no debt to income ratio. There's no credit score. There's no income.
Yeah.
Just if your potential rental on that property is more than what your mortgage payment is going to be, then you're good to go.
So that's the investor loan. So if you're investing in buying properties and renting them out.
Yes.
So because a lot of times they don't like that. The loan is, you have to possess the property.
Right.
That's a big requirement if you're going to get a mortgage, is that you're going to live in there. They don't want anybody else in there. So, and they would have to then disclose that this was an investment property.
Right. It changes a few things paperwork wise, but
yeah. But it's
still
seamless.
A very cool option.
Yeah, and it's seamless to me as an investor, right? It's what you do behind the scenes, behind the curtain, that makes these things possible. Yes. Cardinal Financial has a new program that you guys have rolled out July 1 called Hometown Heroes. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yes, I love Hometown Heroes. It's one of my favorites. So it's actually a statewide initiative. It's a new act called the Live Local Act that was put in place by Ron DeSantis, and it's to target opportunities for first-time home buyers locally, so in the state of Florida. So if you live here, work here, pay taxes here, you can actually get up to $35,000 towards down payment and closing costs.
How does that work? I mean, does everybody know? I mean, obviously, we're telling you now, so you're going to have to get with Abby Bass at Cardinal Financial to get more information. At the end of the show, we're going to tell you how, but you can also find her, you can just Google her and Cardinal Financial. But so how does this work?
It's a giant state fund, hundreds of millions of dollars that we can dip into the pool. We reserve those funds for you when we start the loan process. It's based on the purchase price of the house. Okay. So 5% of the purchase price, a max of $35,000. But there used to be a requirement. You had to, that's where the Hometown Heroes portion came from, be a teacher or a doctor or a police officer, which is great because we need those people and they deserve to be homeowners as well. But now the occupation requirement has been removed and it's open to everyone that is a first-time home buyer that pays taxes and lives here locally.
That's amazing. So it's got to be your first home.
Got to be your first home within the most recent 3 years.
Okay. All right.
So you could be a first home buyer again.
Right. Exactly. Every 3 years. Mm-hmm. So you would have to sell your house and then wait 3 years?
Yes.
Okay. So there you go. I think that's amazing. We had that for first responders and teachers and all that kind of stuff. And it's really helpful. I mean, can you use it for your down payment? Is that
yes. Really? So the way it kind of works is, let's say you needed $20,000 for down payment and closing costs. Yeah. We would give you whatever credit you get from the program. Then we would subtract any seller credits. Whatever is left at the bottom could be a couple $1,000s, and you've got into this big, beautiful, brand new house with a couple $1,000s.
That's amazing. You guys, you have to call Cardinal Financial.
Yes, I love this program.
It is an amazing program.
I've done a ton of training on it. I kind of built my business in the beginning in first-time home buyer realm. So there are tons of programs for all different sort of scenarios, from the self-employed first-time home buyer to, a true W-2 work every day family that wants to be a first-time home buyer.
Someone who's a single mom.
Absolutely.
Single dad.
And a lot of people think, well, my income won't allow me to, or I can't do it on my own. Nope.
Is there an income requirement?
There's a maximum, but it's very generous.
Really?
Yes.
That's great. Well, she's not going to tell us the details. You're going to have to call Abby Bass yourself at the Cardinal Financial. Listen, we pay for this by doing a couple commercials. We got to take a couple commercials, and we'll be right back with Abby Bass from Cardinal Financial.
If you operate a small business, you need services like payroll, tax compliance, HR tools, and other resources. You need Complete Employee Solutions. Vero Beach has a team of professionals, including Anthony Sammons, Matt McCain, and Jennifer Comer, who saw the need for competent payroll, HR, and employee leasing services. Call Complete Employee Solutions at 772-978-7277 or visit their website at CompleteEmployeeSolutions.com.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make homeownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, Caliber Home Loans, TreasureCoast.com.
For those tired of staring at laundry as it piles up, the answer is usually putting it off as long as possible. For most, there's not just another minute to squeeze into a day to get the laundry done. Sunshine Laundries can help. This is Tom Rhodes, owner of Sunshine Laundries, with a reminder that 5 of our locations offer drop-off service. We'll wash, dry, and fold. For locations and hours, we're at sunshinelaundries.com, and with laundromats all along the Treasure Coast.
Vegas nights have returned to Riverside Theater, where the lobby is transformed into a Las Vegas-style casino, where you can play your favorite games, including blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, slot machines, and much more. Ticket packages available for casino dollars, drink discounts, and comedy tickets. Details online at riversidetheater.com. Come out for comedy or just to play and have a chance to win some great prizes. Buy your tickets online at riversidetheater.com. All proceeds benefit youth programs at Riverside Theater.
Welcome back to the show. We're so glad you're here. We've got Abby Bass from Cardinal Financial here with us. Just got lots of great information about anything. If you're interested in buying a home, if you're interested in getting a mortgage, I think it's really important, and especially as a realtor, if you're going to buy a home and you are getting a mortgage, please go talk to someone like Abby first, because you will not believe, like we were just talking about this, Hometown Heroes Financial, the amount of money that you could use as a deposit, that you don't have to have. You don't have to come up with $20,000 in cash, to get a loan. And not only do they help you get to that, but then they're going to take you all the way through. So I just think this is unbelievable.
Yes,
I really
very exciting.
do. I'm very, very excited about that. Now, so to those that are listening and you're thinking about, okay, I want to buy a house, I want to get a mortgage, I want to call Abby Bass. What should they have ready to talk to you about when they call you?
I will literally walk you through the very first question all the way to the very end. So don't be nervous about reaching out to me ever.
Okay.
But the very basics, your name, what's your basic scenario, where are you living, where do you work, how much money have you saved, if any. Sometimes people are literally just starting the process.
Right.
So just call and have a simple conversation about
So you
your
don't need
individual
to have
scenario.
paperwork ready or your tax returns with you in front of you or anything like
Nope.
that.
We'll get to that point where we need to review pay stubs and make sure everything's buttoned up and correct and ready to go.
Yeah.
But the first initial step is, my name is Abby and I want to buy a house.
And what exactly? We'll tell them now what the phone number is. We'll tell them again at the end.
My cell phone number is area code 772-913-1530.
Okay.
You can find me on social media under Abby Bass Mortgage Lender, Abby Bass. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. I'm on all the good ones. Of course, our office, 3096 Cardinal Drive, Suite 1A.
That's right.
Here in Vero Beach.
That's right. That's a great little office. And you can walk in. And that's another thing, too. If you call her, you can actually sit at the desk with her. If you call to Chase or you call to one of the big banks, you're going to be talking to somebody that's in another state, sitting in a cubicle, and they're going to ask you all the same questions. But here you can actually physically meet with somebody. I think there's a comfort level to that. And I think a lot of you people really do enjoy that.
And it gives more to understanding the process.
Right.
So that you get to the closing table and you're not just signing away your life, and then you have the biggest payment of your entire life due on the first, and you don't know what you're doing or why. But we've talked several times by the time we get to that point, and you can be completely comfortable with what just happened.
And even when it's over,
yes,
you can keep calling
anytime.
I know that. I know that about you and your company. So pre-approval. I want to get a house. I want to be pre-approved. Can you get me through underwriting so that I can make a cash offer?
Absolutely. 24 hours or less.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they're going to give you their financial information.
Yep.
You're going to run it through. And they're going to say, okay, Cindy, it's okay. You can make a cash offer for this amount of money.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. And we will give you a hard printed letter to share with your agent or the other agent or even the seller to say that you've been through underwriting. All of these things have been checked and qualified and pre-approved, and you're good to go.
If you guys don't call Cardinal Financial, if you're thinking of a mortgage, I'm not kidding. And guys, I've been doing this a long time. That is a key, because if you have a loan, a lot of people say, I don't want to sell my house to somebody with a loan, because sometimes they don't go through. They don't always go through. But when they do, when you're through underwriting, it means that you are solid.
And you have confidence that you're good to go.
And the seller has confidence as well. And if I represent the seller, then I'm saying, we've got a cash offer here, and we've got a loan. I would go with the cash offer. It's a smarter thing to do. So, plus local. I love local.
Me too.
I do.
I support local as much as I possibly can.
I do too. Okay. Real quickly, do we have to worry about appraisals at Cardinal Financial?
No, we use an all local appraisal panel. So hand selected our favorite local appraisers, and they're the ones that are going to come out and understand the market and where we are and work with us as a team to do what we need to do.
It's really good. Abby Bass at Cardinal Financial, please tell us your phone number again.
772-913-1530.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us today. Cardinal Financial, I can't say enough about what they're doing. And they're right there on Cardinal Drive.
Cardinal on Cardinal.
Cardinal and Cardinal. Cash on Cardinal.
That's right.
Go get your cash. Everybody have a great day. Be safe. And we'll be talking to you next week. Bye-bye.